Hey there, Kaylin here, and welcome to another video on my YouTube channel. This is part of the Too Many Cards series that Emily Leapart and I have created. Today we're making cards using some Avery Elle stamps. We're using the Peekaboo Pals stamp set and the coordinating die set. I'm going to be using the bunny and the monkey stamp on this stamp set, and then using the coordinating dies to die cut them out, just using some plain white cardstock. I'm also using some distress ink in black soot to stamp these images down on the cardstock, and I'm using this one in particular because I know that it will work well with Copic markers. I can color over top of the lines and they won't bleed or run or anything. You could definitely stamp these down on some white cardstock and then die cut them out afterward. That's probably the more precise way of doing it. I'm just so used to doing it this way, and I find that it's easiest for me just to stamp them after I die cut them, but you can do them whichever way works best for you. So now I'm just taking some Copic markers, and I'm using 3 different shades of warm gray, W1, 3, and 5, I believe. I will link them below just to make sure I have that correct. But I'm just coloring in the bunny image in the lightest color, and then slowly adding in some of the darker grays to give a little bit of dimension. For a finishing touch, I always add in some blush color to just give their cheeks a little bit of life to them. Now I'm coloring in my monkey image with 3 shades of brown. Again, I'll have these listed down below. And then just like with the bunny, I use the lightest color and do that first, and then I bring in some of the darker shades to add that dimension in. These animals are just so cute already as they are illustrated that they don't take a lot to make them extra special. They're just so cute. I always add, like I said, that pink on the cheeks just to bring them to life, but they're so easy and you really don't have to be a coloring expert to make them look awesome. So now I'm just taking some of my favorite watercolor paper. This is the Strathmore watercolor paper, and I just cut it down to be the size of my card front, so 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then I'm going to take an oval die cut and just die cut out the center, and then you'll see as I place that on my card how these stamps and dies work is they literally just peek out from behind that frame, and then you add in their little paws on the front layer and it looks like they're really peeking out over top. It's such a genius concept for a stamp set. I really love it. So now I'm taking some distress inks. I'm using some squeezed lemonade and some peacock feathers, and then just stamping those down on a piece of acetate. And this is over top of my Tim Holtz craft mat, just in case I get a little bit messy with it, because then I love to take a water spritzer and then just kind of spritz the inks with some water, and then I tap them with my finger just to blend them a little bit. And then I'm going to take my watercolor paper and just literally smush it down over the top of that acetate and get all that color nicely transferred onto my watercolor paper. Once I've done that and then let it dry, I'm going to be putting this in my MISTI to do my sentiment stamping. The MISTI is new to me. I am so extremely excited to have it in my life, and I'm still getting used to it, but it's already changed just the stamping game. It's amazing for really nice precision stamping. Like you can see, I wanted my sentiment in the middle of that oval at the top, and all I have to do is place it there, get it stuck to the hard part of the MISTI, and then ink it up. And when I stamp down, I know it's going to be exactly in the spot that I want it. It's just such a relief to me because I can tend to be a sloppy stamper at times. So now I'm going to take the happy birthday sentiment, and I decided I wanted that on a strip of white cardstock, so that way when I put the animal's paws over top of it, it'll look like they're holding up a little banner. So I placed that inside of my MISTI with the magnets holding it down, and then stamped the word happy birthday on there. And since I did use a distress ink, I used that Peacock feathers shade so it would match. It didn't quite stamp perfectly, so I got to do it again, and it just looks amazing, and it's right in the same spot. Like I said, I'm just still over the moon with my MISTI, so really excited to be able to use it and just have it work so well. So I cut some little flags on the end of that sentiment stamp just to make it a little more fun, and then you can see this is how I'm going to place the animal's paws over the top of it, and I just think it's so cute. I love the way that it looks like they're holding it. So I'm going to take my always faithful Tombow Mono Multi Glue, glue down that watercolor paper to the front of my card, and then I'm going to place my little animals in there. And I decided I wanted some dimension to them, so I'm going to stick their kind of bodies behind the oval frame, and then I'm going to add some foam tape behind their heads so that they're popping up just a little bit. Now I'm taking my sentiment flag there and then taking their paws, using my quick stick to pick those up since they are very tiny and easy to lose and just kind of hard to pick up. So using that and then gluing them down onto that sentiment banner, and then I'm going to take the entire banner itself with the paws on it and add some foam tape to the back to have that be popped up as well. I could have stopped there, but I just wanted to add a little bit something to the background, and this set comes with some adorable little accessories. There are some party hats, some hearts, and then I decided to use the stars in the set. There are 3 different sizes of stars, so that made it easy to make a little custom background. So I just used some of the squeezed lemonade color to bring that in, and then used some Peacock feather ink to do some really tiny stars and add those in there. Once I finish that, the card is complete. I hope you enjoyed watching this as much as I enjoyed making it. Be sure to check out Emily's video to see how she used the Avery Elle Peekaboo Pals stamp set, and also be sure to comment on both of our videos as well as our blogs to have a chance of winning an Avery Elle gift card. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thanks so much.